All right, it's before 7 in the morning and we're filming in 30 frames per second. That can only mean one thing. It's a Delray Misfits video.
Nice.
Yes.
Feels
good. Good morning, Jay.
What's happening?
We've been filming all these little rinky-dink clips for your channel, but I've been seeing in comments everybody wants a long format video, so dusted off the old Canon camera and here we are.
Well, since I was going to be on a much bigger platform, I decided to not wear a Walmart shirt.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So what are you doing today, legs?
Yeah, yesterday during my when I cut the promo, Adam McLeod style, I mentioned I might be doing deadlifts today, and I got a message from a fan saying, "Screw that, Jay. Stick to your program and do legs." So.
I think yesterday you referred to that as Joe Weider's instinctive training method. Is that right?
That's right. Sometimes, instinctively, you know, you do what you got to do. Like at the end of the night, if you strike out with the women, you take what you can get. Sometimes that's a training.
I don't think that's what Joe Weider had in mind, but well, maybe it is. What do I know?
All right, warming up here. Really just trying to get to depth.
Last time we filmed you do legs, you did 225 for 8. Is that correct?
Yes. So the goal for today is probably 225 for 10 or 12. That would be very good.
So to the maniacs who follow our Instagram page, I'm sure they've seen by now what I posted last night. So I was driving home from work to my favorite Mexican restaurant to pick up my carne asada dinner. And I couldn't believe my eyes. I saw the sign for the Powerhouse Gym. I thought I was hallucinating. But there it was, a half-mile west of the Old World Gym. And I didn't get this in the picture, but there's a phone number and a name on it. And I recognized the name immediately. His name is Tim. I'm not gonna say his last name, but Tim was a trainer at World Gym.
You posted this picture of the sign.
Just a sign.
Oh, okay.
No phone number. And I'm sure these guys will find it. And I called him. I recognized him. He was a trainer at the Old World Gym before it was World Gym, when it was Gold's Gym, then Delray Fitness. You might even see him in the background of some of the old videos I did with Jason. I spent about 20 minutes on the phone with him. The new Powerhouse Gym is supposed to open end of September. It's going to be 9,000 square feet, and he said his goal is to make it the premier hardcore gym in all of Florida. He said it's going to have 7 leg presses, every single hammer strength machine. He knows all of us, me, Lenny, Jason. So I'm looking into the little crystal ball of piss, and I see some good things in the future, perhaps. You know Tim, don't you?
Yeah, Tim used to be a trainer at the gym I started at when I moved to Florida in '04, Jim Willard's World Gym on US 1. And actually he started at the military location across the street from where Lenny and Kalura trained. And Tim is a real good guy. I like him a lot, to quote Hamburg. You know, Tim inspired me with the way he trained back in the day. He's a little older now, but he used to be a little monster, an absolute monster.
Yep.
And he did something on leg day that I don't think anybody could duplicate. He used to do one big giant set for legs, and he would start with the front of the thigh and gradually include everything with a compound movement, and then finish with the back of the thigh. And he would do these...
Meaning the hamstring?
Yes. Okay. He would do these 5 exercises or so with no rest, as quick as he could get to the next station. He would start out with leg extensions, then do a hack squat, then do a free weight barbell squat, then do a leg press, and then do a leg curl. And then he would rest for 3 to 4 minutes and repeat. And Tim was an absolute monster. When I saw him do this, his top set of barbell free weight squats was 405.
Jeez.
And that's in the middle of a giant set. He could squat 405 doing that giant set, which is really impressive. The guy was an absolute monster. He probably was, I don't know, what would you say, 5'7"?
5'6". He's shorter than Jason.
5'6".
Yeah.
But he was built like a fucking spark plug back in the day. I mean, he was thick as fuck.
Yeah, little powerhouse.
Yeah, spark plug. Get the bar nice and low on the traps for power. Wide stance. You can do it, man. With the toes pointed outward so you don't tear your quads.
Again. Anymore, right. Don't tear your quad tendons anymore.
Now, a lot of the Maniacs are going to wonder, Jay, why are you only doing 3 reps?
I was, matter of fact, just thinking the same thing.
Well, because my top set, my hypertrophy set, is going to be with 225. I really don't want to tire myself out before I get there. Well, about getting ready for 225. Not sure if I should wear my belt. I shouldn't need a belt for 225. But I always wear a belt when I bench press now, because with the leg drive and the power lifter arch in the back, my back hurts me more from bench pressing than any other exercise.
Well, that's right. Well, in the video we did at the bench press meet, where you popped up 500 pounds, as soon as you stood up, your back immediately tightened up on you. And I think it was Lenny who came to save the day.
Yeah, that's when Lenny took advantage of the opportunity to give me a full frontal hug. And I felt his little pecker sticking me in the belly. I liked it a lot. All right, I got to get focused here. Got to beat 8 reps. Got to get my mind right. I like to quote the all-time great horror flick, The Exorcist, with Linda Blair. Your mother sucks cocks in hell.
Yeah, that'll be fine. All right, Jay, the number to beat is 8.
Everybody masturbate.
That's 6 right there. 7. 8. Come on.
I think that was 12. That's a great day. Try that, Big Lenny. Well, I'm pretty happy with 225 for 12 on the power squat. You know, I'm sure I'm going to have a bunch of experts criticize and tell me I don't know how to squat because I don't squat like Ronnie Coleman. But Ronnie Coleman's in a fucking wheelchair, for Christ's sakes. You guys that want to imitate bodybuilders, you're going to get what you deserve.
I believe the abbreviation for that in the Genova-verse is get what deserve. Or is it deserve what get? I can't remember.
That sounds more like Yoda. Deserve.
Is it get what deserve or deserve what get? Now I'm wondering. That's how long I've been out of the Genova-verse game.
Well, I know what the great Yogi Berra of the New York Yankees would say, you're going to get what you deserve if you deserve it.
You're right. Speaking of getting what deserve and deserving what get, you know, you and I, we've been meeting here. What's up? We've been training together here for the past couple of weeks, and one of the things you and I have been talking about, off camera, bro, is injuries. And I was telling you how I never trained much on camera in the old videos, but anytime I go back and see old training footage of myself from World Gym, even back when I was filming with Jason before we ever did an actual Misfit video, man, I cringe at my form with some of the exercises I was doing. Upright rows with my elbows pointing to the sky, flaring my elbows out when I bench. Right, exactly. Like a complete buffoon.
Yeah, the humorist should never go above parallel to the floor.
And I actually had the audacity to be talking to Jason about proper form and all that crap. here I am using the worst form. It's no wonder I blew my right shoulder out, which by the way is doing great these days. I can pretty much train pain-free essentially. There are just certain things I no longer do, and I've modified my form. Well, it doesn't look like it used to, let's put it that way.
Yeah, your bench press technique is excellent.
Thank you.
You bench press more like a strength athlete than some tool that takes the bar to their neck with flared wide elbows.
Well, you helped me out with that post-surgery. People don't know that, but we talked a lot about it. And another thing you preached to me after my surgery was speed. And if you notice now, when I train, I do my reps very fast. No more of this slow negative crap. And as soon as I started doing that, my strength came back real quick. So I have you to thank for that.
You shouldn't do anything slow unless you want to be slow in the real world. How often, when you're having sex with a female, hopefully a human, and she's about to orgasm, does she ever tell you to take it slow? Or does she say, fuck me harder,
What's up,
daddy?
dude?
How are you?
We're great. How are you?
Good.
Everything good?
Crazy guy.
He'll be around.
All right. This will be the heaviest I've gone on hack squats since I made my exit from the hospital. So I don't really care how many I get here, as long as I take the first one to parallel. Wow, that felt great. I love this machine. This particular brand of hack squat, the Star Track, man, is it smooth.
Yeah, I know.
I really feel I'm squeezing my quads, and a lot of people tell me that when I squat, I'm not using my quads. Well, squatting is a powerlifting move. Now I'm working on quads. I use machines to target specific muscles.
I tried the hack squat they have at the LA Fitness in Delray, the one where the pad rests on the small of your lower back. I did one rep. I said, nope. I re-racked it. It just felt really awkward. I don't know. I know Lenny likes that machine a lot, but...
Which I don't understand, because even with my trim waistline,
yeah.
my gut will run into the top of my quads and limit my range of motion. See, in my opinion, I was going nice and deep there. Kind of nice and deep, like a 12.
That'll be fine. Jay, you're good for like the first minute and 45 seconds of any clip I film. And that's when the little switch gets flipped in your brain. Like, Jay, what is with this Walmart shaker you have? Shouldn't you be a sponsored athlete by now? Seriously.
Well, those of you fans that can remember back when the legendary PJ Braun of Blackstone Labs was on the podcast, he brought gift bags for all of us. And one of the gifts inside the gift bag was a Blackstone Labs shaker cup. And I've either lost it or maybe Keisha took it. I'm not sure. I don't have a Blackstone Labs shaker cup anymore. A lot of you guys remember I used to always put the Blackstone Labs shaker cup in my videos. So I want to give PJ Braun and all the good people at Blackstone a shout out. Maybe if PJ knows a certain someone who will remain nameless that trains at the Delray Beach LA Fitness, they could put a brand new Blackstone shaker cup in their backpack and hand it off to me at the gym.
You think Keisha may have taken it?
Well, there was no crack in it, so probably not.
What did she take?
Soup, chili.
Your pride?
Luckily, my anal virginity remains intact, but it's still early in the day. That's negotiable. Not going deep enough because I'm trying to keep my lower back flat on the pad. Too many guys take their knees to their ears and their hips will rotate, and it'll curl their lower back, and they wonder why they can't squat. The minute you feel your hips rotate, you've gone deep enough. You don't want to be like a broad laying on the bed with her ankles in the air, with your hips rotated up for the easy entry position.
All right, Jay, I actually have a legitimate question to ask involving, I guess this would be physics. So this leg press, right, with your hand, you got the upper and the lower. You can put plates here and you can put plates here. Let's say you loaded the entire upper with plates, did a set, stripped it, then you loaded the lower one with plates, did a set. Would there be any difference in how that feels? The distribution of the plates?
I don't think that would matter, because you're talking about equal but opposite. But I think with a machine like this, you should try and keep them somewhat equal so that you have less friction on the rollers. Because anybody who's had 8th grade science and done that little lab experiment with ramps, and with simple math, you can figure out the ideal mechanical advantage, the IMA, and then you had that little scale that measured ounces, and you could figure out the actual mechanical advantage, which takes into account friction of the wheels. So it's a little 8th grade science.
That's a much more intelligent explanation than I was expecting.
So I would imagine with these plates loaded equally, your actual mechanical advantage is going to be closer to the ideal mechanical advantage, because there'll be less friction on the wheels.
I'm having flashbacks right now to Jason's, remember that speed, what the hell, you got the upper body, lower body?
Right,
I'm feeling very that right now.
Everything you need to know about weightlifting, you learned in high school. Sorry, Dale. All right, I'm gonna give 5 plates on each side of whirl. My best so far out of the hospital is just 4 on each side. Remember to keep the back flat against the pad. Don't let the pelvis rotate. On my flexibility, because I was stopping as soon as I felt my pelvis rotate a little bit, which is murder on your lower back. But I still think if I worked on my flexibility, I could go a little lower. So there we go, Maniacs. Just hit best evers post-hospital on the barbell squat, the hack squat, and the leg press. So it's not often you go up on all 3 lifts.
Does that include the knee surgery as well? Have you ever squatted 225 for 12 since your knee repairs?
Yeah, I've probably done 225 for 15 or 20 post South Dakota. So I'm not quite at my post South Dakota strength, but I'm definitely on this version of my comeback 3.0. Comeback 2.0 was post McCuck brawl, where McCuck beat me with a technical knockout because medically I was unable to continue.
You should have just bit his ear like Tyson did to Holyfield.
I was trying to throw him down on the fucking ground. I think that's how I pulled my pec.
You dirty dog, really? You were trying to throw him on the ground?
I was trying to use his neck and basically do a dumbbell fly with his head and send him flying to the fucking ground. I basically tore my own pec. I don't want to accuse Adam of doing anything dirty, because I think he's a really good guy. I like him a lot, to quote Hamburg. It was me that was trying to do something dirty, and God punished me. I'm going to do some seated calf raises today. Take a break from doing the standing. The seated calf raise targets the soleus, which a Maniac pointed out to me is commonly referred to in the medical community as your second heart, because exercising the soleus helps get fluids out of the lower body and takes a load off of your heart.
Is that true?
I believe so. The doctor told me the same thing. He said when I stop at rest areas, instead of just taking a quick piss, find a curb and do some calf raises to get the blood moving in the lower body. The Maniacs really criticized my double pump technique of where I come up, stall, and then rock it up onto my tippy toes. You can't get a full contraction if you don't do the double pump. Try it. If you do one single motion, you won't ever get to the top.
With standing raises too, or just the seated ones?
I like to do the double pump on both. You know, to quote the great philosopher Bono, to get to the bottom, you got to go back to the top, and you go back to the bottom till you get to the top. Are you doing a close-up of Sharky?
I am. What's his name?
His name is Sharky. What the fuck do you think it is? Bill?
Why don't you name him Keisha?
Sharky was the mascot of my fraternity at Eastern Michigan University. I guess they picked the hammerhead because the hammerhead is the only shark that travels in schools. Most sharks are loners or rogues. So my fraternity got known as the Hammerheads. And the reason my tattoo is so fucking weird looking, because he's wearing a fraternity jacket, and I can't stand it. Because when you have a tattoo, it gives other losers, they think they have permission to talk to you because you've got a tat. And I've talked to more fucking losers who have asked me about my tattoo than I could ever dream of wanting to ever have contact with in my life. So, word to the wise, if you don't have a tattoo, don't ever get one. And if you do get one, do it somewhere where you can hide it with your swimming trunks.
All right, well, Jay is de-accessorizing over here. I gotta hit the road.
King of the road.
All right, man.
Whew.
Oh, those smell scrumptious.
They need to go in the swimming pool. A little bit of chlorine makes everything smell fresh as a daisy.
You need to go in the trash can.
That's why if you're a couple that likes to do the nasty, a little butthole licking, you need a hot tub in your backyard. Wonder who I'm talking about.
All right, Jay.
All right, bro.
See you next week.
Let's see, today's Thursday.
Do you want me to get somebody to fan you while you sit in your throne? You all right?
Need hammer.
Bring you the head of a pig. Someone can play the fiddle.
Or a pretty girl feeding me grapes with her toes.
All right. See you next week. I'll talk to you.
Mañana.
Yes, sir.
And yeho.
Yes, sir.